Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
But who is he?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
And who is he?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
And what he do?
And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another episode of CLR, Criminal Lawyer Reacts, where I am a board-certified criminal defense lawyer. Actually, try cases. I see the inside of a courtroom. I don't just sit here at a desk. Anyway, today we are reacting to the news that Dalvin Cook is being sued by Graceland Trimble. Now, let me talk about what this case is about. This case is about, well, first of all, Dalvin Cook is a running back for the Minnesota Vikings, okay? He's an excellent running back and has been a crucial part of the Minnesota Viking offense. The complaint is actually, I don't know if it's been filed. It doesn't look like it's, maybe, yeah, it has been filed. It's been filed with the district court here in Minneapolis. The complaint alleges, among other things, that there was this domestic violence going on between this Graceland Trimble and Dalvin Cook. And the reason why this is kind of a different kind of case is because, well, we're going to talk about a couple of things. One, inculpatory statements, statements that you make to others that all of a sudden get shoved up your ass, you know, that kind of thing. And then we're going to talk about toxic relationships and how these things kind of can play out in court. Now, the allegation against Mr. Cook is that he had a temper. And Graceland, he met Graceland Trimble in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where she lived. She was in the Army. She's a sergeant in the Army, trained in combat. That's going to become important later when we talk more about the offense or the complaint. Never been reported to the police. But what the allegation is that Miss Trimble says that they had this tumultuous relationship. She noticed some infidelity, that he was seeing or talking to some other gal on Instagram, and she got upset about it. Well, this had been an ongoing issue between them, and she decides to come to Minnesota to get her things out of the apartment or the home of Mr. Cook. And so when she comes to get the home, all of a sudden all hell breaks loose, and there's a violent altercation between the two. We have a copy of the complaint. I'm not going to read the whole complaint to you, but it's a back and forth. But mostly, the allegation is that he is holding her there, that he beats the hell out of her, and I'm not going to show you. Well, maybe we'll blur the picture out a little bit, but it's really the bloody pictures are something. Now, let's put these two parties in context, okay? Trimble, trained in combat, Army sergeant, you know, somebody that can probably take care of herself. But she is a woman. And Dalvin Cook, football player, strong as, you know, strong as hell, and, you know, probably no match for Trimble, okay? The allegation is that she comes by and he gets upset and beats her, takes his gun out, points it at her, tells her he's going to kill her, and she gets all bloodied up, and she there's a scuffle that he holds her down. She starts fighting with somebody else, and then goes to the somehow gets free, points the gun at him at some point, or takes the gun, and there's this back and forth. Mostly the allegation is him beating her, and beating her pretty darn good, and the pictures kind of bear that out. But she doesn't leave. She takes a shower there, and then she leaves the next day. The allegation is that he kept her there and falsely imprisoned her. So the complaint actually has several different claims. Whenever you have a civil complaint is, I sue you for X amount of damages, and all I have to prove it is by a preponderance of the evidence, just that it's more likely true than not true. Different than a criminal standard, which is beyond a reasonable doubt. So let's go through the complaint a little bit. So the causes of action, the first one is battery. And that's where you actually strike someone. So if I hit you unprovoked, that's battery. The second claim is assault. And assault is the imminent apprehension of bodily harm. So that all that has to do is I can just threaten you like that, and that can be an assault. I don't ever have to touch you. And the third claim is false imprisonment. That is where you're being held against your will. And so that's what she's alleging. And she's asking, I think, for $13 million is what she's asking for in the complaint. Now, one of the things I've always told you guys, and this is to the guys primarily, first of all, and I say, we did a video a while back where I said you never hit a woman. There's no ever good cause to hit a woman. And I still stand by that because guess what? If it's a mutual combat situation, who's going to fucking jail? You're going to jail because you're the guy. It's going to happen every time. But it does matter who your opponent is or who your victim is or who the other side is. I had a case recently that I went to trial on, and my client was charged with strangulation. And the accuser in that case was a woman who was a bodybuilder, very, very strong. And what was my client's reaction to it? He held her until she said she wasn't going to hit him anymore, then let her go, and that was the end of it. And that's how it should be handled. In this particular case, you've got a really disproportional. You got some good things because, from the defense standpoint of Cook, because she's trained and she's in the Army. But you got some bad things too because he is built like a brick shithouse. And he's a professional athlete, capable, strong, and according to her, he's got some anger problems. But that's not his only problem. His other problem is, and guys, what did I say about this? You have an issue with somebody, you don't self-snitch. Apparently, even after this event, they were still kind of on again, off again from January to May. And there was this jealousy thing. When it comes to these athletes, I'm not going to speak for all of them, but I've known plenty of them. But a lot of them are polyamorous. In other words, they have more than one partner. And, look at Adrian Peterson. He's got 7 kids by 9 different women. So when you text somebody, especially if you're in a heated situation like this, you have to be really careful what you say. Because Mr. Cook, and we have an exclusive here, because I happen to know both lawyers on both sides. Both are actually really good friends of mine. And so we got an exclusive of what this is going to say. But I know what I did can't be rewind, but I want you to know I'm sorry. I love you so much despite you thinking I don't or never did, but I do. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. And if you want to go to the police, I'll respect that. I'll take my punishment for what I did. And then she says, Dalvin, my face is so messed up, I probably won't even get to see my family for Thanksgiving because this happened around November. And I'm sorry for that, but the situation got so out of hand from the jump. Can you come back to me? So that was one of the exhibits that was in... But then they go on to have more conversations. Let's see, what does she say here? So let's see. I'll never be convinced. I've been through so much, so many times, repeatedly disrespect from you. You don't love me. You never did. You've never respected me. And this is my last message. Enjoy your life. You're young. Focus on bettering yourself. Know your worth. Then he says, I'm protecting you. You don't need nobody but me. Fuck everybody else. I don't care but nobody else. probably means about nobody else. I failed to protect you when you came here, and I take full responsibility of that, and I'm here to protect you. I swear I'm here for you, Grace. I understand that I took a big pepper spray too far, and I'm sorry for that. And I'll tell you that every day, no matter if we get together or not, I don't need help. I just need you. It'll only me and you. I swear nobody will ever come here. Family, homeboys, nobody. I just want to make sure you're okay, and you're not right. So I'm not, and you're not right. So I'm not. And then she says, "You've had me for 2.5 years, and this is how we ended. You ruined me. You ruined us. You're honestly taking me for a joke, and I'm about to get upset. Just leave me alone. Don't message me anymore." See, whenever a woman tells you not to message her anymore, don't message her anymore. Whenever she tells you she doesn't want anything to do with you, believe her and leave her the fuck alone, because nothing good can come of it. Because then you wind up getting these messages that get shoved up your ass later. Because she goes on to say, I respect that. I swear I do. And this is Mr. Cook talking. And I feel that you hurt. I feel that shit too. I swear you mean so much to me, and you don't even know, because I fucked that up, and I understand that. I mean, I fucked that up. That is what you call an inculpatory statement, a statement against self-interest. I asked you for things money couldn't buy, and you couldn't fulfill that. So now I'm trying to protect so now you're trying to protect yourself. I'll ask you for things that money can buy, so I can heal and become a better Grace. That doesn't help her cause, that she's now asking for money. I'm going to take care of the material stuff. I'm going to get your car and house. I'm starting counseling on Monday. I can do things money can buy. I swear I know I fucked you up. I'm not trying to protect myself from anything. I swear I'm not. I'm willing to deal with the punishment, Grace, me going to jail or whatever. It is just I want to make sure you are right, and this is not about me. I know I hurt you, and that's still hurting me bad as fuck. So, and this is probably the tip of the iceberg, because I'm sure that there's going to be, and this is an exclusive. Nobody else has these text messages. So this is, we're breaking some news here on CLR. But I want to, I just wanted to say something to the guys out there. Never a good reason to hit a woman. Never, 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 never. If you can run, you run the fuck away. And if she's hitting you, defend yourself, hold her, maybe, but get out of the situation as best you can. The toxic relationships are toxic relationships. I had one gal that I was dating, and we were at, I'll tell you the story real quick. We were at Nordstrom's, right? And she's demanding that I buy her all this shit. And I'm really getting tired of putting up with her shit. And that's what it was. So I told her I had to go to the bathroom. And I pretended to go to the bathroom, but I really left the mall and left her there because she was just being so irrational. I walk into my house. She's there with a fucking baseball bat and tries to crack me. I grab the bat and I called the police. I didn't try to hit her. The police came, and once I called the police, she was out of there like a shot. She had no business being in my house. But I didn't hit her. And I never would. Because even if it's self-defense, it is a mountain to climb to get other people in the jury to believe that you were acting in self-defense. When it comes to, every situation is different. I don't know what exactly is going to happen, but the pictures say 1,000 words. And the defense has got something's going for it, because you have her asking for money. You've got her being jealous. So that is, you've got some of that going on. But what you don't have are equal partners. You've got a professional athlete against a woman. And so that is not equal. So I think that's going to be a little bit of a problem for him. But we'll follow it. And, I want everybody to have, and if you're experiencing this, if you are experiencing this fucking drama in a relationship, whether you're a man or a woman, get out of it. Get out of it. Stop the drama. Stop the bullshit. You know, and you'll find somebody else that is just a joy to be with. And it's easy to be with somebody that's easy to be with. And you'll be like, holy shit, I didn't know it could be like that. So if you're in a toxic relationship, just get out of it. There's no way to fix toxicity in a relationship. And that's just my brotherly advice to all of you folks out there. So this has been our reaction to the lawsuit that's coming up on Dalvin Cook, Vikings, a running back. And I'm a Vikings fan, although we are always disappointed here in Minnesota, being a Minnesota sports fan in flyover country. So, and then just to keep you guys kind of, I'm going to give you a little teaser. Next week, we are heading to Miami. We're doing a podcast. Some folks have been asked us to be on a big podcast. And then we're also going on a major adventure. And we'll bring you guys along for that. So watch out for that next week. So this has been Bruce Rivers, Criminal Lawyer Reacts. If you're watching this, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, subscribe, like, Patreon, get a hat so people know where you spend your time. Criminal Lawyer Reacts. We'll see you next time.